Hello and welcome to another Let's Play Momir. My opponent chose to play for first after everyone die roll. I don't think I played this guy yet. Obviously, I don't actually recall all of their names. And he's a 1-drop guy on the play. So yeah, he gets a stupid 1-1 that does nothing. So we'll take the 1 damage. We're not gonna care about it. Does he also make a 2-drop? He does. Maybe he makes multiple 1-drops or tries to. You can't actually do it, you can only activate it once. Which is a mistake I made myself. Yeah. So just another 1-1. If I just get a 2-2 now as a 2-drop, this game is over. I don't see why people do this, by the way. So yeah, we get a 1-3 flyer. There goes his offense, right? I mean, he could put a counter on this, and then what? He does, so he skips his drop and then goes to attack with both. Nope. So make another 2-drop just in case we get a mana acceleration. The board is currently in our favor. Instead we get a 1-2. 1-2 flyer, so I guess we'll attack with that. And then when he goes to pump this, I'm happy with it. Because he wastes yet another turn just to do another 3 damage, and apparently they changed Momir again? Why did we start with 24 life this time? Why did we start with 24 life? Changed again? Question mark. So yeah, he does have a 3-3 here, and he can keep on pumping it. But that would be pretty weird in my opinion. I mean, it is obviously removal. Enter the battlefield. Okay, so that's just a decent discarder. It is only a 2-2 though. But I think we wait here, and if he pumps, we can just triple block and we trade through for 1. But he wasted a bunch of turns. I can also pump this and then kill something. But if he attacks here, he's just gonna trade this for this. He doesn't actually do that. So yeah, I don't see why he's doing what he's doing though. I mean, I do have an idea, but it seems odd just to get that because yeah, most creatures that I will get in the future will always trump his. Wow, 24 life. I'm curious about it. Constructed. How come Momir is suddenly 24 life again? Question mark. So he gets a 5-5 flyer, so he finally makes a 6-drop, and then he gets a 5-5 flyer. So a bad player gets rewarded. Again. I'm tired of that, by the way, as you might have already known in the past. That I am really annoyed by the fact that this just happened. That this guy makes a 1 and a 2-drop, gets something to invest his money in, and then goes to a 6-drop suddenly and gets a 5-5 flyer. I am really annoyed by that. I mean, he makes a 1 and a 2-drop and then gets rewarded as he finally makes his 6-drop. And his 7-drop is a flyer as well. Come on! You're shitting me, right? Okay, so we don't get anything there. That's fine. We'll drop a forest and make a 6, I guess. Nah, we'll make a 7. Discard the island because we hate islands. We get a 6-2 first strike haster. I think we attack with all of these because he has no positive blocks. He can take 10. Or you can take 4 infect and then we get a bunch of creature tokens. So we'll do that. Then he obviously shoot something like this. Yeah. So then his Molten Hydra dies, he takes 3. Oh, he takes 4. Ah, but this is so annoying. Someone just messaged me, so I assume he's gonna come online. Ah, Jesus. Bad player gets rewarded. Ah, thank you, Momir. I know, I mean, he's even pumping this. Oh, it says each creature you control. Wow. Why didn't I block this? I didn't even notice it attacked. Yeah, I gotta pay attention now, but this is being ridiculous. He's terrible. Um, he he gets a 3/3 that taps something as well. Oh, come on, seriously? Please give me the Leviathan that bounces everything, or hovercard sweepers. Instead I get a Verdant Force, which is a fine card, but not good enough to beat his 6 and his 7 drop flyers, the Lucker. So give me a second. I submit it. See if I have any. Oh. Apparently the 20 life Momir was a bug. Or it's a bug now. I don't know what the guy actually means. We will play first. We obviously won't make a 1-drop because it's idiotic, and hey, only bad players get rewarded by it, right? I think I have like some videos in the past. I mean, just look at this. His 1-drop was useless. His 2-drop, okay, became effective eventually, but it wasn't a good 2-drop. But he just got like 6-drop. Hey, let's get a 5/5 Nuts Flyer, right? And then his 7-drop was another flyer, which is highly unlikely as a 7-drop. And then his 8-drop, he didn't even use his 8-drop. Yeah, that doesn't actually do anything, especially not when we have lifelink. So we'll just take the 1 damage, or do the 1 damage, and gain a life, and not make a 3. He obviously can make a 3 this time, because he's on the draw. And he gets a 2/2 flanker, sure. Yeah, he should attack. I mean, he's not gonna block anything with it. This is only blocking, right? Yeah. So we go down to 14. We'll attack first, just in case of bloodlust. Yep. And we'll see what we get. We get a 3/4 creatures you control have haste. That's really good. Especially seeing that it's a 3/4. Now it obviously has haste itself, but the odds of it being a bloodlust was higher, so yeah. But giving everything haste is a really good ability. How he's gonna attack, really? Obviously I'm gonna block. He can... Oh, I see. He can kill this then, so I'm not gonna block. I don't think his 4-drop is important enough for me to block there. That he just with a 2 mana investment can kill a really good creature from me. Most of the time now his 4-drop isn't gonna be good enough to trump my 3/4. Sadly enough, he gets a nuts card yet again. I get a 3/3 flying wither. Creatures you improve with counters on them can't attack or block. But you do get a flyer, so hey. Let's hit for 4, shall we? So here you can make me discard a random card. Congratulations. We still have 4 in the air, the wither is fine. And actually make sure he can do some things. And if he taps this, he has a blocker less, so it depends on his 5-drop. So which is just a 3/3. So he can tap this, by the way, but most of the time my 6-drop will trump those. So yeah, I will use this and just be making 6-drops then for the remainder because we are the aggressor here. Um, so we'll attack with everything. No, not with this. No, not with that. See what he does. I assume he blocks somewhere, yeah. So he goes down to 14. Can use this again. We return this, I guess. Depending on his 6, which is probably a 6/6 flying dragon, no. Okay, so it's just a 4/4. The question is, what do I return? I think creatures having haste is more important than having a 6/5. But I'm not sure about that. Obviously the 3/3 flyer will stay. Is giving haste to everything better than having a 6/5? I think it is, especially seeing that I have to use that I have to do that ability every upkeep. If it was just a single time, it would be fine, but it's every time, so each player loses 3 life. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll just attack with those. Keep the other one as a blocker for now. We can actually do more than just keeping this as a blocker, but yeah, this guy. I mean, how much luck does this guy need? Yeah, of course, he gets a flyer. Why would I expect anything less? So we'll start making land drops and go up to 8. We can take some damage for now. He obviously gets his first 8-drop, and I hope it isn't something nuts. Maybe it's the 8/8, everything has double strike and has to attack, then I actually win. It's still on the stack. Nope, it's Annihilator 2, nuts card, so yeah. So he attacks, we can block, make everyone lose 3, but I don't think that's useful. So I think we have to make a 7 here, because, yeah, just getting crushed by the crusher. And we get at the beginning of each couple of the box is turn and up to 1 target. Can't attack or block. So we can say this can't block, right? So yeah, must attack or block. So we'll say this must attack and this can't block. Okay, and then we attack with these. So it goes down to 6. And then with Annihilator we can sacrifice that. He can go down to 3, and then he needs a flyer to win. We can force him to attack with something. Like, we force him to attack with a flyer, and then he has one other flyer, I guess. Yeah, we win this. Or we should win this. This has to attack. Yeah, we won. So despite him getting really lucky with the discard again, with some nuts cards, we got there because we had flyers, and then got one that allowed us to negate his flyer. So we did get lucky in return, but I mean, this guy doesn't seem to understand Momir tactics, or at least plays a different tactic, which I find to be a shitty tactic. Because you get shit like that on your 1-drop. I mean, what's the 1 damage gonna do? It's gonna put me down at 23, but every 2-drop I'm gonna get is gonna be better than this. He gets a 1/1 haste. Really? Yeah. What do you want me to do? Come on, 2 power. Yeah, 2/3 Island Walk phasing. The phasing obviously isn't great, but it does stop this. So even if he attacks, bam, that. Yeah, he's just gonna try to keep up the pressure. Mm. So we are facing dice, which is logical. We have to make a tree. It's not that great, but it does trade with a Skullbriar. And then we take 2, this becomes a 2-2, but even then that doesn't matter. And he has a 2-4 with a Command Leaf Upkeep. He attacks with everything, we obviously block the 2-2 there. We can also block the 1-1, but I think it doesn't matter, this now becomes a 2-2. But this is just the better option. We get a 3-3 Mountain Walk, which already trumps his entire board. He has to pay upkeep for this, which he is doing. If I block this, he draws a card. Don't care. So obviously we do that. Take 3, which is fine. Oh, you can actually pump this. Okay. Go ahead. So he's just trying to beat the beatdown every time he's on the play, apparently. And I mean, it does work out sometimes, but he is investing a lot in it. 2-4 flying, deals combat damage to a player that plays weak. Then puts those land cards into his or her graveyard. That's pretty shitty. So we can attack. I just think when he attacks, we double block this and make him invest his entire turn in it again. It is said that twice when he does a tactic, he has something to dump his mana into. But even now, if he dumps all his mana, one of my creatures will actually survive. Because it's only 6 damage. So one of these two will survive, and my board will be better than his then. But yeah, it's twice that he gets something to invest his early game mana into, and then gets to make later game drops. Obviously the mill effect of the 2-4 isn't gonna be an issue. He's actually gonna stop at 7 then, if he does this. I mean, why did he do that? He finally gets shit. And I assume this drop is gonna be better than that. If the sacrificed creature was a troll, I mean that it's fine. It holds a fort for like 2 turns. It can attack next turn. Look at the cards. It actually says look at the cards. Holy shit. Look at the cards. You're obliged to. No, just kidding. So 2-4 flyer is fine. He can. Oh yeah, obviously drew a card for turn there. Really, right? Just gotta have a 5-4 flying at 7. Yeah, I think people do understand. Maybe I should have attacked with this in case he blocked. Yeah, I should have attacked. I mean, look at if he now gets a really good 8-drop, I'm really pissed off, and he does. Really, fucking game. How lucky can a guy be? Play like shit. Get flyers all the time. I can only use this on my own turn or something at the beginning of your upkeep. Wait a second. Yeah, why can't I activate this? During your upkeep and only once each turn. Okay, I see. So we do have a 9-9, which isn't gonna matter. We actually need a flyer. and a decent one. So yeah, GG, lose against Luckboy.